Hi there! Are you an insecure human being and want to hide behind a wall of money and prestige? Yeah, you do, you insecure sack of shit. Now, if that's the case, you should check out how to actually get into investment banking. Now, only 3 simple steps. We guarantee a 90% chance of breaking into the industry. How much does it cost? Oh, it's nothing. We only charge a semester's worth of tuition. But don't you worry, you'll make it right back right after you become an investment banker. Now, arguably one of the most important parts of recruitment efforts will be to nail down a good story of why you want to do investment banking. A good story will not only be unique, but also convey how you discovered a career path and discovered it was something you wanted to do. Talk about how you had exposures to finance functions in your previous internships, or personal family members that work in industry. Maybe they can give you a referral. Or just talk about how you're a nerd and you read the Wall Street Journal every day. But at the end of the day, your story just convey one message. How badly do you want to work in investment banking? Being a banker sucks. Get ready to work 80 hours a week on mind-numbing work while making less per hour than a McDonald's employee. But hey, at least all your friends will think you're smart, which we all know is a lie. Because let's be honest, if you're any smarter, you would just become a software engineer. Now that I have your story memorized, be prepared to repeat it hundreds of times on networking calls with bankers that could probably give less of a shit. Now that we have a good story, it's time to learn how to network with bankers. Networking with bankers is going to be an essential part of getting into the industry because ain't nobody reading your online application. Now after you send your generic email begging for a call, it is time to hop on call and beg for a job. On this call, ask the banker questions like, why did you decide to pursue investment banking? Do you plan to stay in investment banking or do you want to pursue something else in the future? What does a successful summer analyst or associate look like? And my personal favorite, what are some hurdles you encounter early on in your career? Trust me, that's a banger. Now, while some dude only 2 years older than you is spilling life advice at you, pretend to give a shit because, hey, you want that job, right? Now, after you ask all your questions and assuming a call wasn't a complete disaster, it is time to wrap up the call and ask for a referral. Now, many of you probably think you sound like this. Hey, so I really enjoyed our conversation today. I really think I've learned a lot, but I just wanted to ask you if there's any way I could best position myself for an interview at your firm. But in reality, you actually sound more like this. Please, I'll do anything. Now that I've been networking for a bit, hopefully you landed a couple of interviews. Good. Let's talk about technicals. Now for technical interviews, they sound a lot harder than they actually are. Now ignoring what everyone else has told you, investment banking technicals can be really broken down into 5 categories. Let's walk through them. Accounting principles, valuation methodologies, equity versus enterprise value, merger models, LBO models. Now this is probably when you're like, hey, I didn't learn any of this except for accounting in my business degree. Good, welcome to the real world, kiddo. Let's take a look at each of them, shall we? Accounting principles. Get ready to relearn everything you know about accounting because in banking, we like to do things differently. Valuation methodologies. 3 fancy terms to impress girls at the bar. Public comps, present transactions, discount cash flow model. And trust me, no one actually knows why the use WACC for a discount rate. We just do. Equity versus enterprise value. Know how to do easy math. And for the last 2, unless the interview has a complete stick up his ass, you'll almost never get questions about these 2. You'll be surprised how many bankers on their job actually know nothing about these 2. Like actually. Congrats on getting to the end of the guide. Now the only thing left for you to do is to actually do an interview. And lucky for you, I have footage from my first ever interview. Why do you want to work in investment banking? Why do you ask? Because you apply for the job. I have a strong passion for finance, lots of experience. What prior financial experience do you have? I like to invest in the markets, very diverse portfolio. What industries do you invest in? mostly video game distributors and pet industry cryptos. Can you walk me through an LBO model? Is there something wrong? No. I just can't at the moment. Why not? I just can't say. Sign an NDA.